Hey everybody, welcome back to Artform Intelligence. My name is Joe Ennis. I am the senior podcast and video producer here at Artform. Super excited today to be joined by Kaleena and Hunter to talk about SEO and AI and everything around that. Guys, thanks for coming to the show.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so why don't you guys start by just telling us a little bit about what you do here?
Yeah, so hi everybody. I'm Kalina. I'm the digital strategist here at Artform. So I do all client-facing deliverables, some SEO with Hunter, monitoring, and try to automate a lot of tasks with AI.
Cool. Hunter?
Yeah, I'm Hunter, and I'm head of operations at Artform. So I do a little bit of everything, but I work with Kalina and do a lot of SEO.
Cool. So yeah, today we're talking about, everything SEO and AI-powered SEO. The title of today's episode is specifically Simple Tips to Improve Your Rankings. So why don't you guys talk a little bit about how, what is SEO? Let's start there. Why don't you explain what SEO is?
So SEO stands for search engine optimization. And primarily it's just your web presence and how you rank above, or how your website ranks versus other websites. So normally it follows the Google algorithm, and I think that's like the very basics of it.
Sure, yeah. And obviously people know what AI is and how AI is just kind of taking over as of recent in every area. And now we obviously, right out the gate, would not recommend to use AI for your SEO. It needs to be, to a degree, monitored manually and done by a human to be done correctly. However, AI is a great way to kind of assist you with doing that SEO work. So can you guys kind of talk to me a little bit about, how AI is useful in the SEO space?
I mean, I use it for a lot of research. Something I'm in constantly is Google's people also ask section. It's just a good way to get kind of insights on how people are searching around keywords. And especially going into 2025, like answering those questions really quickly is probably going to be a big factor in ranking. So creating a lot of content that answers questions quickly, and like frequently asked question pages or case studies, something like that, to answer those questions is key. And with AI, it helps with a lot of that research, gathering seed keywords, putting together quick content and answers to those questions. Yeah.
I also even think when it comes to updating SEO, AI can be really helpful to make sure that you're including the right words and also that you're in the right character count, because even for things like meta descriptions, alt text, things like that, there's a certain character count that will be read by Google, even though that also constantly changes. So just making sure that you're including the right words in some dimension and also making sure that you're in the right character count so the user gets what you need out of it and the search engine knows what to read. It's great for that because, you could be spending like 2 hours on a task of cutting down that character count, and you just feed it into AI and it's telling you what you're tracking and also that you're within guidelines to make sure that you're in there. So it's really great. I use it for that all the time and it's been super helpful.
Yeah, we've even with just like podcast tagging and blog tagging along with podcast, use it for the same reasons, just to either shorten show notes to a good length, shorten meta descriptions, things like that. So yeah, 100%. Are there any specific tools that you would recommend to listeners to potentially check out in terms of SEO, hopefully AI tools that we use that might help streamline it?
Yeah, I mean, with SEO, I basically live in ChatGPT, to be honest. There's like a lot of plugins with SEMrush and Moz. So like a big one is with a lot of SEO, it's really tedious. As Kalina was just saying, writing meta descriptions and making sure it's like using valuable keywords and it's in the correct character count, like all that stuff. It's really important, but it's really tedious, and you have to do a lot of it because you do it on all your web pages. You should make sure that's all buttoned up and good to go. So honestly, a lot of times I'm just creating GPTs to kind of cut down on that time to make sure that it's the strategies I'm already writing is kind of just quicker now with AI.
Sure.
So that's how a tool I use is just ChatGPT and then search for plugins and see see what's there.
Yeah.
I also think even just having like softwares like Moz and SEMrush and having them automatically monitor the algorithms is super helpful. So even if you're not using AI directly like ChatGPT and giving it prompts, those AI I wouldn't say initiatives, but more so algorithms that monitor all of that can really help you optimize your website. And one thing that should be on every website is Google Search Console. They can give you direct data about their Google search engine algorithm, about how your website is fluctuating or gaining in position. So even if the data doesn't always match up because of the way that the algorithm or AI is structured, for the most part, the best source is to go directly to the source. So Google's like monitoring in terms of search engines, AI, and all of that, Google Search Console has been the best tool that you can use. And it's free. You don't have to pay for it. So every single website in today's day and age should be linked to Google Search Console for sure.
So are there any, we've kind of gone over some of the tools, even some of the ways that we have used it as a team, but are there any other tips that you guys would add just to kind of use AI to help streamline your SEO?
I would say with your strategies, with AI, it's really helpful to kind of start your strategy. Like you can get a few keywords and then ask it to like give you more. So you don't have to just keep Googling like you used to, because with AI, it can just kind of do it for you.
Sure.
So like collecting seed keywords, it's super helpful for, and just coming up with seed keywords as well. It's good for creating long tail keywords. If a lot of your keywords are really competitive, it's good to kind of look for the long tail keywords, and it's good at doing that. I mean, there's like a ton.
There's so many things. Yeah, 100%. What about you, Kalina? Anything else?
I would say definitely monitor your website like maybe every 3 to 6 months on its performance, and having all the data that's monitored by AI implemented into your website. SEO is not just like a one and done thing. Google always updates their algorithm. So always checking that, and just even asking a prompt like, hey, how can you tell me to update, like give me recommendations on how I can improve my SEO. Is it alt text for images so that people with disabilities can read your actual images? Is it going to be that there's more updated keywords that you should include? Is it more backlinking options or inbound or linking within your website? So even just doing an analysis as quick as that can give you a lot of recommendations. The other thing is that we can, like Artform also does like an SEO audit, and we can really also offer those types of services to tell you how you can improve it with the ever-changing world of SEO. So constant monitoring. It's unfortunately like social media, you need to always monitor it, and having AI do that for you saves a lot of time.
Yeah, so shout out artformagency.com if you want to talk to us about.
AI is also really good at taking your old content and updating it to be relevant again. So that's like a huge, you can always be updating your stuff, even if it's an old project that you don't think is relevant anymore. With AI, it can help you draft something that is relevant again.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we do that all the time for even like video content for people. It's just using AI to recycle it, have a new angle on, similar discussions and whatnot. So 100%. So wrapping up, are there any success stories that you guys have that come to mind of just being able to use AI for a client to affect their SEO in a positive way, kind of showing them results?
We have a client who's going through a major website update right now. And basically, their SEO has been a little shaky with Google's algorithm. So we've been able to make lots of recommendations based on AI and even Hunter's research about what we should be implementing in this new website. And even based off of all the algorithms, the research, they added about, I think, like 8 to 10 new pages on this 120-page website, which is a huge project.
Yeah, wow.
And we were able to write metadata based off of all of the algorithms, the different keywords that Hunter was able to pull, and make sure that it's accurate and that it's going to have really good like ranking within their field and their industry. And it's not just, the other thing I was going to mention is even if you're in some general industry like law, for example, that's a very big industry, you can get very, very specific with AI. You can get keywords that you don't even think that would exist, and you can rank really high for them, but it's also good to have a mix of things that are more general and more specific so that you can still have a good overall overarching analysis.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So In conclusion, book a call with Artform. We can help you with your SEO.
Artformagency.com.
Artformagency.com, sponsor. But yeah, so to recap, guys, just make sure that, when you're doing your SEO, look for ways that AI can save you time and efficiency and help you out, whether it's helping you figure out some of those keywords, helping you recycle old things, or tell you even how your website needs to improve. Make sure that you're constantly updating it every 4 to 6 months, checking in on it, because, the world's always changing, the internet's always changing, so it's always good to stay up to date. Thank you so much. And hey, we encourage you, listeners, to try to find an AI tool and that, has to do with your SEO. Maybe it's just ChatGPT, and try and increase your rankings. Let us know how that goes. Other than that, thank you so much for joining us. Kaleena, Hunter, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
See ya.